Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing Detective Comics issue 950. So, this is an oversized anniversary special, and it has a collection of 3 different stories throughout it. First off, it is the prologue to the League of Shadows, and this does have a number of seeds for upcoming storylines throughout Detective Comics and throughout DC Rebirth. So I would definitely suggest picking it up if you haven't already. So jumping right on into the comic, the first story has to do all with Cassandra Cain's Orphan. So we open up and Orphan is watching a dancer through her life, and she's discussing how she has a hard time expressing herself through normal verbal language. The only language she understands is physical. Brutality and violence is the way she's able to express herself. And she's talking about the fact that it's hard for her to connect with her friends like Harper Row, or for her to even express what her life could have been like if she hadn't been raised to being a killing machine. She can't really connect with even Batman or Batwoman, and it's hard for her because she wants to voice all of these different feelings, the feelings that she feels for different members of the team, and how much that breaks her heart. And she's going through each individual member like Clayface, and how everyone sees him like a monster, and she wants to be able to tell him that she feels like a monster and she understands how he feels. She wants to be able to talk to Batwing, or like I said, Batwoman, and how lonely she feels since the loss of Tim Drake's Robin, and spoiler, Stephanie Brown leaving the team. The fact that she was so close to those 2 members, and how she feels that huge loss there. And she's going through Azrael. Honestly, she's just going through each individual member of her team and the ways that she feels similar to them, and the way she wants to learn as much as she can from each one of them. But it's so hard for her to express herself in any other way than just through violence, than just through a way of attacking. And it goes through, she's been watching this dancer for quite some time, and the fact that she would love to be a dancer, that she's going through and she's trying to move the fluidity and the gracefulness of these dance moves through her everyday fight strategy, and just how brokenhearted she is, and just how rough her life really is when she's stuck just internalizing everything that she feels. Also, the very end of it, we get to see Lady Shiva, and I love the fact that she says, "Shiva hears you, girl, and she is coming." So, great little introduction to the League of Shadows. So the next story is Higher Powers, and it's all about Azrael and Batwing. And it's going back and forth, a debate between science and religion, and the 2 individual members and how much they respect each other. And they are differing in opinions here, but just the fact that they're trying to understand each other's viewpoints and exactly what that means for each other. So I don't really want to go through it. It's really good. I really want people to go through and read it. But we do get to see I believe a secret bad guy that's coming out. Looks kind of cool. But it says to be continued. And the last and probably the most important story of all actually takes place months before. And this is called The Big Picture. So this is a story with Batman and Red Robin, Tim Drake, before his death. Because we all know he's not actually dead, so I feel fine with saying that. He's not actually dead, he's just been taken off the playing field. And we get to see Tim Drake discussing everything that Batman's been doing, all of his movements, everything from building up this new team in Detective Comics to going through and possibly creating his own Justice League, which, you know, Justice League of America just came out, so we know he's doing that anyway. And all of the movements he's doing with his other Robins. He's been pushing Nightwing back out in the full front. He's convinced Jason to take over the underground of Gotham. And he's even put in a couple seeds with Damian Wayne to start building up a community. So we also know Damian Wayne has taken over the Teen Titans and he's created his own team. So, you know, none of this is spoilers, but probably the most important part of this entire book is very simply, he asks him, why are you preparing for war? So we all know that dark days are coming for DC Comics. There's going to be the overarching Watchmen plot is going to finally be unleashed on all of us. Very excited about that. And Batman, of course, he can't mention the Button yet because we're not allowed to talk about it until the Button storyline comes out. But we know that Batman's preparing for something bigger to attack, and he's trying to reel in as many individuals as he can for the fight, and to be sure that as many individuals are ready as can be. So I gotta tell you, that was probably the most interesting out of all the stories. This was a great read. I loved the art throughout. I really felt for poor Orphan and her story. Yeah, give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me which of these three stories did you enjoy more. Are you excited the fact that they finally brought up that Batman's preparing for war and what that could potentially mean going forward? Yeah, subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.